In these problems, we're being asked to find the area of a circle. And there's a formula for that. It's area equals pi times the radius squared. And just as a reminder, this pink or purple line here that goes all the way across the middle of a circle, that's a diameter. A radius goes from the center out to the edge of the circle. And a diameter is actually twice as long as a radius. So this right here is another radius. This is a radius. So you have to be careful when you're doing these problems that you're getting the radius to plug into this formula and not the diameter. But otherwise, it should be pretty simple. If you've got a calculator, this shouldn't be too hard. This first one says, what is the area of this circle? Use 3.14 for pi. And in math questions, they're always telling you to use some value or another for pi. The reason for that is pi goes on forever. It's one of those weird numbers that the decimal never stops going. So 3.14, that's the first three digits here. That's not a bad approximation. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do this formula here. We'll take pi, which in this case, we're just going to use 3.14. And then we're going to multiply it by the radius squared. Well, the radius here is 2. So this is 3.14 times 2 squared. And 2 squared is 4. So I'm going to multiply my 3.14 times 4. And I get 12.56. And then for area, we just need to be careful about the units here. Area is always units squared. The units were centimeters, so this would be square centimeters, which we'd write like that. That's supposed to be a 2. Okay, let's look at this next one. It says, what's the area of this circle? And use 22/7 for pi. So they're giving us a fraction, 22/7. I can do this on the calculator as 22 divided by 7. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good approximation for pi as well. So we'll go ahead and use that. That's our pi. And we want to multiply that by the radius squared. Well, 21 squared, I don't know that off the top of my head. So let's just type in 21 times 21. So that's 21 squared. That's our radius squared. And now we have to multiply it by 22/7. I can do that on the calculator by multiplying by 22 and then dividing by 7. So I got 1,386. Wow. It's a big circle. And this is inches, and it's area, so it's square inches. Because pi is this funny decimal that goes on forever, sometimes they tell us to just leave the pi alone. Just leave it there as part of the answer. Don't even do that multiplication. Let's try this one. We need to find the area here, and we have 30, but that's not the radius. This line goes all the way across, so that's the diameter. So the radius here is really 15. So we want the area to equal pi times 15 squared. Since we're going to leave pi as pi, all I need to do is find out what 15 squared is. So here's 15 times 15. So that equals 225. So this is pi times 225. We usually write that in the other direction. So we would say 225 pi as our answer. So that's a few different ways to calculate the area of a circle.